guys, hope you're doing well today. This is Fred and Sheila.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. It's another video on the
Wrong home.
Allegedly the wrong home that may have been search warrant executed on in Lilly, Kentucky. And there's some news footage out, and then we're going to discuss the search warrant affidavit.
Okay.
So go ahead and watch the video, and then we'll pick up on the other side.
Okay, Jay. Wow.
That's what, if I could recommend anything here, it would be transparency. Yeah. You know, you don't have to give your case away. You don't have to, but you have to walk out on the courthouse steps or somewhere and give people, rather than all these speculations and rumors and stuff flying around, people, they need to know a little bit. You know, she's standing there holding a search warrant that the state police has filed on other items.
Right.
The search warrant and the return and the affidavit for this case evidently has still not been released. And, you know, I've been out of it for a while, don't even remember. I know there's a time limit on once you fill out the... Sheila's going to show you an affidavit for a search warrant
Okay.
here.
Do you want me to show that now?
Yeah.
Okay, just a second, guys. I'll pull that up. Okay, here is like page 1 of it.
Yeah, that's an affidavit for a search warrant. Of course, you've got your case number up top, your court, county you're in, division, whether it's circuit or district. The affiant, put the officer's name there, a police officer with so-and-so, after being duly sworn. So this is a sworn document. What you're swearing to here is that it's factual.
To be true, yeah.
You swear to this.
Okay.
The main thing I want to point out here is towards the end of that first line, it says, affiant does believe there is now on the premises known and numbered as.
Whoa.
That's what the affidavit looks like. And not only that, not only would you put the number and known as the so-and-so Fred and Sheila McCoy property located at 14 Houstonville Street, Liberty, Kentucky. That's what goes there.
Okay.
But down below there it says, and more particularly described as follows. This is the very important part. This is so you don't get mixed up and go to the wrong place. This is where nowadays with modern technology, you put the GPS, you put the coordinates, you can put all this and that. You can put a staple a picture of a Google map to it, or even a photo. But this is where you would write down. You know, these two homes, 489 is a single wide mobile home. Is it 511, baby?
511, yes, is where Mr.
511
Harless
Vanzant Rd is either a double wide or it's a small wood frame structure house. Difference in a double wide and a single wide, and difference in a wood frame house and a single wide. But this is where you would put that down. You would put down that it's got a front porch. On the front porch is four
diamonds,
shaped squares, four or five tires out front. There's a wood porch on the back. There's a small back porch and so forth. This is where you would really detail what you're going to search. And if you're down on the other trailer, the 489, you would put a single wide with, you know, there's pictures on the internet. You know, you've got a beige single wide with a metal sloped roof. This has not got
2 windows that you can see.
Yeah, and this has not got a common roof on it. Somebody's put another roof. This is not a mobile home roof. This looks like something, it's been re-roofed. So it's got a sloped metal roof, like Sheila said, 2 windows in the front facing Vanzant Rd, address to the left of the door as you're facing the trailer with 489, with a small set of wooden steps, with a small piece of brown tin off to the right as you're looking at the mobile home.
Under the steps, yeah.
From the steps. Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said as you're looking at the mobile homes.
And that's basically, that is definitely to keep people from making a mistake and going to the wrong house. And then it says, you know, if any vehicles you want to search, if there's any and all vehicles on the property, you know, we used to work drugs, we would, if there was property, if there was vehicles there, we would put down the vehicles that the property owner owned. We would go to the clerk's office and get to run a 47 on them.
Really?
And we would put them down, and then we would also put, because what I did was work drugs, so it was undercover drug buys, and we would put any and all vehicles on said property, because you'd be surprised how many raids we made over the years that we would pull up, and when we pulled up, they would be people actually making a drug deal going down when we pulled up to raid them.
Wow.
And then, so we any and all vehicles on property. So we would search those people's property or their vehicles. Any and the persons and or the person or persons on the warrant. If you wanted to search the person, usually if you go to serve a search warrant, you have usually got an arrest warrant with it for that particular person.
Okay.
Not always, but a lot of times you would have an arrest warrant for that person. The following described property that you're looking for. Down at the bottom there, it says, affiant believes and states there's probable cause and reasonable cause to believe that said property constitutes stolen. In this case, it would probably have been stolen or embezzled property. They're looking for a weed eater. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the affidavit. This is what you file, the officer does in order to get a search warrant.
Do you want to go to page 2?
No, just, yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't know you had it.
Yeah.
Go, babe.
I have both.
Affiant has been an officer in the aforementioned agency for a period of how many years, how many months, information and observation. He's going to try to tell the judge here, he's going to give his probable cause, his reason that he wants to get a search warrant and that he believes that there's a fruits of a crime or something that's taken place on that property that needs to check out. Acting on the information received, affiant conducted the following independent investigation. That's where he tells that a confidential informant made a control buy of cocaine on so-and-so date at so-and-so time. You've also got an arrest warrant to accompany the search warrant for the arrest of the subject and so forth. Affiant has reasonable and probable cause to believe. And then you'll see down there where the officer signs.
I'll see that.
That's where the officer will sign his name, and he will raise his right hand, and he will swear before the judge or who it is that's issuing the search warrant. Signed and sworn before me, and that's where the judge would sign.
In the little box there, okay.
Exactly. Now, that's the affidavit. Now, when you file this affidavit, that affidavit goes to when you fill that out, you also filled out search warrant. You've got, here's the affidavit, what she's showing on the screen. Do you have the search warrant on there? You don't?
I do not. I didn't realize.
There's the affidavit she just showed you. And you would take that affidavit and you would file it in the clerk's office. That stays with the clerk's office until the search is completed. And a lot of people says, well, you can change this, you can change that. Well, it shouldn't be. The search warrant is or the affidavit is what it is, and that's supposed to be there and undisturbed. But search warrant is the same thing. It's just a search warrant.
Do you want me to put it at the end of this video?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Well, they might enjoy
example. Yeah, I'll put that in. I'll load it up and put it at the end. Sorry,
again, it basically says the same. It's front. This is the search warrant. This is what you take with you. You know, you've seen all these TV programs where people knock on the door and it's a raid. And, do you have a search warrant? I want to see it.
Yeah.
And you usually reach in your shirt and pull out, show it to them, or you tell them to have a seat and you'll show it to them in a minute, whatever. But search warrant, there's a difference at the top there. You'll see one says affidavit for a search warrant, and the other one says actual. It's a search warrant. To all police officers in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, proof by affidavit, having this day been made before me by such and such officer, police officer with so-and-so. The main thing you want to look there for is the line down there where it says, you are commanded to make immediate search of the premises known and numbered as. There's your address and the name of the owner or the people living there at the time that you would put there. And then, and more particularly, described as follows. Once again, you would copy exactly what you wrote down there a while ago, the gray mobile home, the beige double wide or wood constructed house. Any all vehicles, persons that you want to search. Now down at the bottom there it says, and seize the following described personal property. What you're looking for. You're looking for a weed eater in this case. If you find above described property or any part thereof, you will seize the property and deliver it forthwith to the court. Judge, trial commissioner, signature executed. In that square there, you're going to see where it says.
There you go. That's a good one.
And you're going to write in what you took.
Okay.
Badge number so-and-so, executed this so-and-so, 23rd day of December, 2024 by officer so-and-so. Usually the officer conducted the investigation and has all the knowledge of what they're looking for, who's supposed to have it, who they're looking for, and the exact location of where they're going to search. Searching premises described herein, and by seizing the following. You see that square down there, that box? That's where you put what you see. I took one weed eater, serial number so-and-so, Black & Decker, one whatever else you got. If it's a drug raid, you have all kinds of different drugs, different containers or
do they
baggage.
take pictures of all this and attach that to this file here, or
when
or
they
whatever?
turn it back in, when they make they have to make a return on this.
Okay.
When they go back to the clerk's office, and again, guys, I'm sorry, I've been out of it for almost 6 years, so I forgot. But there used to be on bootleggers, I remember back in the day where we had like 24 hours, I think it was, when you got the warrant, you had 24 hours. Seems like with a drug raid, a drug search warrant, seemed like we had a couple of days or something. There's a time limit on serving a search warrant. You can't just get it and hold on to it for a week or two. This is speculation, purely speculation on my part, because I've heard this question asked, and I don't know this to be the truth. Again, I wish if they knew how important it was, maybe they would come out and have a little small press conference just to let people, things like this could be out of the way. But some people's asking why did they wait so late to serve, to execute a search warrant? You notice when it was executed before, and I don't know this is my opinion, it was executed before 12 o'clock midnight. That warrant may have been ready to expire. If it expires, if you don't serve it within the time limit that the judge gave you, or that it is now, I don't know if any of that's even changed since I was a police officer. But it seems like with them right there at 11 o'clock, between 11 and 12, they were wanting to execute this warrant before it expired, and they had to go the next day and do everything all over again. I don't know that. Purely, solely speculation on my part.
Well,
but why would you go so late at night to serve a search warrant for a weed eater? That would be the only that I can think of. Now listen, I'm not.
Well, this is just me. Talking, being a girl, I guess. So why, if they were afraid it was going to expire, why not just wait till tomorrow morning, since it was already late? Chances are nothing's going to happen during the night. Go ahead and fill out a new one, and then go get it that morning.
Why do you want to? That's a lot of work. Affidavit and a search warrant is a lot of paperwork. First, you got to get that one voided out, and then you've got to redo everything all over again, or the way it used to be. Now I don't know. They may.
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Been out of it for almost 6 years now, so it's a lot of things have changed. And I'm still waiting. I don't understand why there's been no body cam footage so far. I don't understand why there's not been a search warrant returned. You know, the lady on the news there had a search warrant, but it was a search warrant that the state police themselves had filed for whatever they were looking for. Where is the search warrant and the search warrant affidavit, the original for the 23rd that was served on the 23rd of December at 11:50 at night?
Also,
Yeah.
I have another question. Okay, I thought I heard the lady say that the gentleman that was in jail, he previously lived at 515. So why didn't they get a search warrant for that area?
I couldn't tell you. I also heard her say that he lived close to
Within walking distance.
511, and so that doesn't. I mean, maybe there's a reason for saying that, but it's like it gives a reference, and it very well could, that these two gentlemen knew each other.
Yeah.
Again, I've said it earlier. Maybe the gentleman that's in jail, the fella that's in jail, sold a weed eater to somebody else, and they went there to retrieve it.
Yeah, but
We don't know. And again, Sheila, that's a good question, both of the ones you ask, but that's questions that are general questions that somebody could stand out on the courthouse steps and say,
yeah.
this is what happened.
Yeah.
I know it's under
Yeah.
investigation and you don't want to interfere with the investigation, but there's so many rumors in that area and going on, and it doesn't do the police department any justice by not telling certain things, because it's certainly not relevant if just because this guy lived at 515, the other guy lives at 511, and just because they're in close proximity doesn't mean that he had anything to do with it. Now, she mentioned that, which makes you think, well, then this must be relevant in some manner, and it might be.
Well,
It also may not be.
She stated in the video, if I remember correctly, that he said it was at Lily.
Yeah.
So they didn't say where.
They didn't say where. He's told them where. He's told them where.
That's why I was thinking it might be at 515 where he
Well, it
previously
could have been
lived.
515, could have been 489, could have been 511.
Okay.
Until we see the return
Right.
on that search warrant, if that search warrant at 511 or 489, we don't know what the address is on there yet. We don't know if dispatch or somebody made a mistake calling in 489
It's easily
when they were supposed to be at 511. They're still at the right address. They're just making the missed call on the radio.
Right.
It's whatever the affidavit, the address on that affidavit is where they were supposed to be at. Now, if that address on that affidavit says 511, it don't matter what they said over the radio. Somebody made a mistake and called in the wrong address. But if it says 489 on that affidavit, and they just kicked the door down on 511 and killed a man,
My land.
that's not good. That's not good at all.
No.
And
Maybe it's so sad.
we got to wait. Everybody's just got to wait. Be patient. Condolences to the family. Once again, it's a sad.
Family.
I don't care if it was this guy, from what I understand, there's no criminal record whatsoever. Just
That's what's
everybody brags on
confusing.
him. Even if he bought a weed eater from somebody, if he bought it unknowingly that it was stolen, and I don't know that he even bought it. I'm talking
Hypothetically.
That's why we've got that disclaimer at the back of this, because this stuff is our opinion. We allege, our videos are for entertainment more or less, but we try to give factual information, but that don't mean we do. We also throw our opinions in there.
Right.
And this is a very, I've not heard the first thing on videos,
Right.
Body cams.
Right.
A lot of things. There's two things that can happen here. That search warrant affidavit showing the address that they were supposed to be at. If it says anything other than 511, then they've gone to the wrong house. The body cams on the primary officer, the initial officer, the officer that done the firing, his body cam will show what he observed when he went through that door. Right. What he observed, if anybody was holding anything, if there were weapons, if anything was pointed at that person. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yes, it is.
It would be hard for me to believe that London, I've seen a thing where somebody said they didn't have cam. It'd be hard for me to believe that. I'm not ready to say that. I just don't think, I think the state police has got them for evidence and probably still going through them, but it would be unbelievable that you've got little one-man departments that has body cameras. So I can't hardly believe that about London. And I can't believe it, especially if that new law, if the way we read it, because it says when the new law went into effect, the Breonna Taylor, because of what happened in Louisville,
Right.
that you'll have a special unit that executes warrants, and you'll serve warrants between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. unless it's an emergency. You know, again, what's an emergency? Why was that warrant served after 10 o'clock?
That's a good
What's
point.
the emergency? Is the emergency because somebody didn't want to, the warrant was going to expire at 12:01 and they didn't want to do another one, so they just said, let's rush down here and do this? We can speculate all day long.
That's right.
Eventually,
I agree.
the truth will come out.
Yep. It'll all come out in the wash.
His funeral, they done had his funeral, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they're supposed to have that justice thing Saturday, but with the weather, I don't know if they'll get to, and I don't know what time or where it starts or nothing. So
yeah,
but that might be something we should.
Well, if it's snowing, we're
if
not
possible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you see us out there
Oh Lord, no.
in that cold weather?
Oh, I'm freezing.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We get a lot of comments, and we get several texts. That was her phone going off just now.
Sorry.
And besides what the comments, you know, if you've got something or you know something, we don't have to badmouth. Everybody feels the same way. We don't know the entire.
Wait till everything comes out.
We don't know everything yet. You know, everybody's saying it was a mistake. They went to the wrong address. They did this, and very well could be. Until we see that affidavit. Once we see that affidavit, we're a little ways from London. We started to go this morning. I'm glad we didn't now, because the reporter there said they didn't have it yet. We were going to go get a copy of that
released it,
affidavit and see what the address.
Yeah.
The address, the probable cause that's listed for the search warrant, whether it's there and the person's name. Now they're saying that fellow that's in jail right there on that article is the fellow that
stole.
In fact, did I hear them say that he admitted to it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He told them where the weed eater was. It was in Lily. And
but they didn't say where. That doesn't mean he didn't tell them where.
Exactly.
He
That's
told
what I
them
was
where
asking.
it was at.
Yeah.
Now, we know that at 489, when Sheila and I went there, 489, the silver, the gray single wide, with the address on the front is vacant.
Yeah, that 49 is on the left, and 511 is on the right.
There's nobody in 489.
Right.
That doesn't mean that he may have taken stolen property and hid it up underneath the underpinning. He could have taken it and hid it. I don't remember seeing any outbuildings on either one of those places.
No, there was another trailer sitting behind 489.
So, you know, even though it's vacant, if you're just looking for property, then he could have hid it. He could have hid it somehow. Had people hide stuff out in the woods and behind people's houses. I've had people burglarize somebody's house, and they take so much that they can't get it all to the road where they live out in the country, and they'll take it to the fence line, 8 or 10 trips, TVs, VCRs, whatever it is, and hide it at the wood line and cover it up, and then they'd park their car and come back to the woods and get it and try to carry all that stuff. And we would be working the burglary and get out and start looking around, and outside the curtilage there of the residence, and run up on, look over here, all this stuff stacked up. Never know.
Yeah, never know.
Guys, that's it. We no need in dragging it out.
Right. We just thought we would hop on here and add that to.
We're probably like most of you. We're just not commenting. It's not our place right now to.
Not really. No.
I mean, if there is a mistake here, it's the saddest. If there
really
was an innocent man killed, even if there's a guilty man killed over a weed eater, it's really hard to comprehend.
Alive?
That late at night. Again, I don't want to second guess, because I've done that, but sometimes we got to use, especially this day and time, we got to use common sense. But that's it. Before I put my like I haven't already probably. But
That's okay.
you're up, babe.
All right, guys. We hope you are nice, warm, and safe, and you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you, guys.